Hashem Rakak Dash. We say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bashem Rakak Dash. Give double honors to our apostle elders, to the apostle elders and great millstone, which means with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. In the time of the end, 2022, the year of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai turning up and put this truth to the forefront, all right? It's becoming the head. You know, the same thing that was pushed off, just like Yahushua. He said he was the corner or the stone that the builders rejected. It's now become the head of the corner, you know. So that's the same thing that Jake, we've been, you know, put to the bottom and rejected as a people. And Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, tells you that. You know, we've been just forgotten about, put in a low estate, but I'm jump right into this lesson. I had to make a move for work, man, but hey, I got to do a lesson. So hey, call the Lord, about you now, shout about some Dash. And this one is jumping into forbearance and grace. Okay, I was listening to the elder Yashawampa out of Texas, and he was going into 2nd Ezra. You know, if you haven't watched that video, I did share it. Definitely check it out. There's a lot of meat in there. But he was going into just speaking about, you know, the grace, you know, grace period. You know, the time that we have now is the grace period. All right. And also, and if you don't know the definition of forbearance is a period of time that you don't have to pay for something that you normally would have to. Or a time, if somebody wants to post forbearance on the chat, Baba Bashar, you know, those that, one of the Akim, go ahead and post one of that forbearance, the definition of forbearance. And you'll see there, it's a time where you don't have to pay for something. It's a grace period, okay? So where you can get time to get yourself right. So we're in a time of a forbearance, man. This is a spiritual forbearance. Because really, under the law, because these guys, they want to push the law. Well, under that law, there's the penalties to breaking that law. And if you break certain other laws, guess what? There's death penalties to that. So we're not being judged according to the law that was set up, because the law that they want to go after, we are all dead in water. That's why it says our righteousness is as filthy rags. Okay. So the main time we have to have now is grace. And how did we get grace? Yahushua is the reason we have grace. Yahushua is the reason we have the forbearance. All right, the Yahushua placed a processing forbearance on us, on the nation of Israel, so we can process and get ourselves right. All right, that's what you see taking place with the hopeful elect. We're working. That's why it says we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Because what does a forbearance say? A forbearance says that in a period of time, that a forbearance has an end time. That's why I wanted to use this word, the word forbearance. It has an end date. It has a date to where the new contract or the new underlying payment has to be initiated. Okay, so the first covenant, we failed it. So what happened? The Lord came. He gave his body. He became the second Adam, the quickening spirit, and then he get what? He transferred the forbearance time on us. We're able to now process ourselves, get ourselves tightened up before the new covenant comes in, where those that can have opportunity to come back, that's going to be the 144,000 and the 1/3 of Israel that come back to the Heavenly Father. All right, and you coming back, then once the process and forbearance is over, those that have not gotten right, you're going to be under that previous contract or that previous payment. So it's like this: if you have a payment that's higher and you say, you know what, I want to lower my payment, what the bank will do, the mortgage lender will do, they'll give you a processing forbearance. They'll say, we won't let you pay no money. You don't have to pay any money, but you have to fill out the form. You have to get the stuff that we need. But if you don't, you're going to go back to the payment that you had prior, and you might have interest rate. You might have interest. We don't want to collect interest on the back owed sin, man. You know how much sin under the first covenant that if we under? Come on, man. The Lord said that we're an adulterous generation. So adultery is a sin unto death. That's why 2/3, when it says in Ezekiel says what? Warn them, give them warning from me. If a wicked man turn from his wicked ways, he shall save his soul. But if he doesn't, he gonna die in his iniquity, man. So that's what the same thing. If you don't come back in the time of this process and forbearance, guess what? You're gonna be under that. Hold on, this damn truck pulled right out in front of somebody. Damn, and you going slow. Lee, man, this place, man. If it's not one thing, it's another that'll make you mad. But you just gotta keep wits. Be circumspect. You gotta watch Esau, man. He's ready to go, man. But back to the forbearance time is also this grace time. But you don't lack in that grace period. On that forbearance time, you're to get stuff done. You're to get the paperwork together. You're to get the information that they need, the bank statements, all your bills have to be put in line. It's like a refinancing. It's a small refinancing. So the Lord has gave us the opportunity to refinance the new covenant. The covenant is being refinanced with better promises. What's that? Now we have immortality included in this contract. We have a land. We have the control of the universe in this contract. Now we're getting bigger stakes. Okay, there's more wiggle room. Just like credit line, if you pay off your debts in a credit card, you can ask for what? An increase in your payment. You can ask for an increase in your actual the amount of money that can be put on that card. You might start out at 5,000, or you might start out at 500. You might go to 1,000, then you go to 2,000. Then you could be like, hey, give me 10,000. I want 10,000, and the credit card company says, you know what? You've paid. You've done what you're supposed to. Your credit's good. We'll give you 10,000. So the Most High is getting ready to give us creation, man, under the contract and the blood of His Son, which is it's His anyway. That's why Psalms the 2nd chapter says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance." So Satan don't give nothing. Who's the real giver, man? Who's the real giver in this story? Is the Most High. That's what Esau don't realize. All the stuff that he's getting. It's Salaki. I went to that zone right there. But that degree is what that grace and that covenant has went to. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now the promises are going to get better. They're going to get bigger. We're going to get more stake because what? There's more credit line. That's what I was looking for, a credit line. So Yahweh Shai has opened up more credit line for us, the Most High. And that credit line is everything. Everything. I say that again, I got to say it. Everything. Heathens, trees, land, water. Like my man said in 300. What he say? He said water and land and water, dirt and water. You know, tributes. We gonna constantly we gonna be, money ain't even a factor. We gonna be money. I said make a man more precious than fine gold. An Israelite man is money. They are wealth. We're not gonna have to, you can not do anything and still be wealthy, man. All right, but the time I'm saying processing of forbearance and grace is one and the same, man. All right, but this processing of forbearance, you have to get things done during that forbearance. Just the same thing with grace. You have to get things done. You have to, blessed is he that readeth, love thy brother as thyself. This is your time to work on your love, to work on the things that we all are guilty of. If adultery is rampant, work on not being adulterous. Make that a foremost. I don't even look at, especially now with women and the wickedness is going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So those things that are Achilles' heels and things that you stay away from. You ain't gonna do it perfectly, but just try, because we're in that grace period. We're in that time of the forbearance, the spiritual forbearance. But you have to get things done. You have to get the paperwork together. What is that? That's following the laws to the best of your ability. And you can make payments in that time. So you can make payments of a little what you like it. That's why it says, shall we make the faith of the Most High to none effect? You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just sin. No, we can still pay towards. Do the laws to the best of your ability. And then we have our high holy days. The going after the Shabbat, that's paying. We might not pay the full price, but you're still making a payment towards it, just like you can do on a forbearance, man. Hey, shalom to those coming on the comment board. Shalom. So the times that we at now is a beautiful, and embrace these moments to say, look, we're getting our times right. You know, even if we ain't gonna get it perfect, we're try, man. What's the saying? Shoot for the stars. If you miss, you still amongst the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm paraphrasing. I think shoot for the stars. If you miss, you're still in orbit, or you're still in space. All right. Even if you miss the goal, the effort is there, man. All right. So maybe Yahba Shem Yahshua, Lord willing, will fill it up for us, man. But I just had this come into my mind, and I was like, man, that's it. Forbearance, a spiritual forbearance, man. Because this is the time that we've been given to get things right. See what we can do to the best of our abilities. Go after the Lord, and He's gonna make it, man. Look, the Most High said, "Hey, shall the power that created eyes not see and ears not hear." The Most High seeing everything we doing. He knows our level of effort. It's not in vain, man. It's not in vain. That's why it says, "Thou faithful servant, you have been faithful over little. I'll make you ruler over much." So whatever you have in this truth, be faithful with it. I always try to put that, especially recently. Enjoy your lot. Whatever lot you have, enjoy that lot in the Lord, and you're gonna grow in that lot. Just like a seed. A seed starts off at a little tiny plant, then it gets transferred to its own little plant, then it gets transferred to a big thing, then it goes into the ground. So always just let it grow in this truth, and be natural, be organic, man. Have that organic growth. That real growth, that growth that is gonna stick. So Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm gonna leave it there. Forbearance and grace. And look into that word forbearance, and look into the definition, and you'll see, more into it, get more clarification. So with that, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kwadash. Until the next time, I say Shalom.